Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to be here each and every week. I do these lives and I call them Auto Shop Success. I do them for two reasons. The first one is for you to be able to shift the way that you look at your business. Most owners that I know are in what I call owner overload. They are the problem solver, the planner. Everything comes back to them. They end up being the catch all person and they feel overwhelmed because they're in this state of overload. So, 15 minutes a week to be able to look at your business from a different point of view, a different perspective, that 30,000-foot view is a great use of time. The second reason I do this is for you to be able to take one action item away. The magic is in the doing. You can listen to me or someone else, and you will find that you will get the results if you take consistent action. So that's why I leave you with one action item each and every week. It causes a ripple effect in your business and you will get results sooner. You'll get them quicker than you ever could imagine. So let's get started. If you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner that you know and they would it would be able to help them because I find that this is a very giving group. So this week's topic is whose job are you doing today? So this month I am actually talking about owner role overload. And last week we looked at what happened when an owner becomes the shop's overflow capacity. This week I want to go dive a little bit deeper here by asking a different question. And that question is, whose job are you doing today? Most shop owners do not perform one clearly defined role all day. They move between several roles depending on what the business needs. So in the morning, they may be reviewing numbers as the owner. 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, you're helping at the front counter. Then you're answering a technician's question, looking for a part, handling a customer concern, correcting an invoice, or addressing a team member issue. By lunchtime, you have worked in 6 different roles without completing the work that you intended to do as the owner. Does that sound familiar? I hear this from owners all the time. They're doing it all. So your role expands one task at a time. Most owners never deliberately decide to carry all these responsibilities. Their role expands gradually. A team member leaves, so the owner covers that work temporarily. Someone struggles with responsibility, so the owner takes back that part. A process becomes unreliable, so the owner personally monitors it. Something needs to be done quickly. So the owner says, I'll handle it this time. But this time happens again. Temporary coverage becomes a permanent expectation, and the responsibility quietly attaches itself to the owner role. And that becomes something that you now do. Eventually, the owner's job becomes whatever no one else is doing. That is not clearly defined as a leadership role. It really isn't. It is organizational overflow. So busy can hide this role confusion. Owners often judge their value by how much they accomplish during the day. So you solve the customer problem. You found that missing part. You answered the phone. You helped a technician, corrected an invoice, and made sure that the work went out. And in your mind, you say, well, you were productive, but were you productive in the owner role? That is a different question. You can be extremely productive while doing the work that keeps the business dependent on you. The danger is that operational activity feels urgent. It feels useful. Owner level work often does not create the same immediate feedback. Reviewing financial trends, developing a leader, clarifying responsibilities, planning for the future capacity may not solve today's emergencies that are happening. But when the work reduces, how many emergencies will require you tomorrow? That's really what matters, right? That's the work that you want to focus on. What is owner's work? The owner role will look different depending on the shop size and the stage of business that you're in. But there is work that only the owner can truly own. The owner sets direction. The owner protects the financial health of the business. The owner establishes priorities and standards. And the owner develops leaders and makes decisions that affect the shop's future. That does not mean the owner never helps elsewhere. It means helping elsewhere should not be repeatedly happening, and it should not replace the work that only the owner can do. If you spend most of your week performing pieces of 5 different jobs, who's doing your job? Often the answer is no one. The shop's immediate needs get handled, but its future receives whatever time is left over. So pay attention to your role changes. It's a simple exercise this week. You do not need another detailed time study. Just pay attention to the role that you are performing as you move through the day. When you answer the phones, note that you stepped into the front office role. When you look for a part, note that you're stepping into the parts. When you solve a routine team member problem, note that you stepped into management or HR, that role. Then notice when you are actually doing owner level work. The goal is not to shame yourself for helping. The goal is to see how frequently your role changes and what keeps pulling you away from the work that only you can do. At the end of the day, ask yourself 3 questions. Which roles did I perform today? Which responsibilities truly required the owner? What owner level work was delayed because I was covering another role? Your answers will show you whether your owner role is clear or whether it has become whatever the shop needs next. So you cannot delegate a role that you have not defined. Owners are often told they need to delegate more. But before deciding what to delegate, you need to understand what you should retain. If your role is unclear, delegation becomes random. You hand off individual tasks, but you remain responsible for remembering, checking, and rescuing. Role clarity is identifying the work that only the owner should own. Everything else can then be examined more honestly. Should you continue doing it? Should another role own that? Does someone need training or clearer authority? Has a temporary responsibility quietly become permanent? You don't need to know the answers all today, right? Start by seeing the roles you are already carrying. So the question to take with you, whose job are you doing today? If the answer changes every hour, your problem may be bigger than having too much to do. Your owner role may be buried beneath responsibilities that accumulated over time. Your business needs you to lead it, not merely cover whatever is missing. When your shop runs, right? Your shop will run when you lead. Very, very important. Your shop runs and you lead. If your owner role has become whatever the shop needs next, take my free owner overload check. It can help you see whether your owner role you have overload in it and is keeping your business too dependent on you. So it's important to do that. So I'm glad you're here, whether you're live or you're on the replay. That's it for Auto Shop Success. And I will be on again next week. Have an enjoyable week.